I'm Ninja Greg, and you're watching The Ninja Greg Show. And this is my review of The Founder, a real-life story based on the founder of the McDonald's Corporation, Ray Kroc, portrayed by Michael Keaton. Now, that distinction needs to be made clear. Ray Kroc founded the McDonald's Corporation, the big booming franchise that it became. And this movie is his story. Well, the story of how McDonald's became that big booming franchise. The first McDonald's restaurant, however, was founded by two brothers, Richard and Maurice, or Dick and Mac as they're called in this movie, and were probably called in real life. It also kind of makes me wonder about McDonald's signature sandwich, the Big Mac. But whatever, probably a subject for another time. Let's talk about the founder. Okay, so the movie, which starts out in 1954, is about Raymond A. Kroc, the eventual founder of the McDonald's Corporation, he started out as a salesman, and when we join him in this movie, he's selling milkshake machines, and he goes to every drive-in restaurant he can find, because drive-ins were all the rage in the 50s, and he can't manage to sell his milkshake machine anywhere. That is until he gets a call from Mac McDonald for an order for eight of his milkshake machines, and he thought, no way. There's got to be some kind of mistake. No drive-in restaurant would need 8 milkshake machines. So he goes to their restaurant in San Bernardino, and it's unlike anything he's ever seen before. No drive-in. You park, walk right up to the counter. There's no food runners or any other kind of staff you would expect at a drive-in restaurant. And the service time, real quick, 30 seconds. He walks up to the counter after waiting in a long line that, it goes pretty fast. Gets his food, he orders his food and gets it almost instantly. And he's like, I just ordered and you're giving me my food now? And so it's like, yep, that's just how we do things here at McDonald's. Fun to see in hindsight, but I'll expound on that in a little bit. So, obviously impressed by McDonald's now standard speedy service, he gets the idea for franchising. He thinks that, this thing should be across the country, and he approaches, Dick and Mac about the idea of franchising. And at first they're a little bit skeptical about it because they've tried franchising before, and it didn't turn out the way they had hoped because there's no quality control. The different locations would inexplicably change their menu. They have no consistency because the original McDonald's restaurant menu was simple. Burgers, fries, soft drinks, and milkshakes. That's it. But the other restaurants were serving different stuff like chicken and corn on the cob, and they had a problem with teenagers and such. So the McDonald brothers were intent on keeping things simple, fast, and making it family friendly. And they have one store in Phoenix, Arizona that implemented what Dick McDonald had conceived early on, which is now synonymous with the McDonald's identity, the Golden Arches. And so Ray Kroc gets the idea, a lot of buildings have something that makes them distinctive, something that makes them stand out. Churches have steeples and crosses, courthouses have the American flag, and that's common for every single one of them. Why can't these McDonald's restaurants have that same thing? So after convincing the brothers to dip their toes in the franchise pool once again, he goes across the country opening up different locations all over the Midwest at first, just the Midwest. And, every single restaurant has the now famous Golden Arches. So, yeah, it's a pretty interesting story about how McDonald's started out as just a simple burger stand run by two brothers into this big national corporation. But how they get there is not exactly all sunshine and rainbows. While at first Ray Kroc is portrayed as this guy who's intent on maintaining the standards that he saw at the first McDonald's restaurant, and he gets this franchising idea out to some of his rich friends, and he's kind of upset when he sees their somewhat lax standards at their respective locations. Eventually, he gets to a point where he starts thinking more about money, and he, cuts a couple of corners, like nixing real ice cream milkshakes instead, and in favor of milkshakes made with this powdered mixture, Instamix milkshakes. And while he contends that they taste basically the same, the McDonald brothers are trying to keep him on kind of a leash, and they're saying, no, that's not okay. You can't do that. We use real milk in our restaurant here. We want you to do the same. So Ray Kroc gets tired of their constant no's to all the progress he wants to make to the different locations, and he eventually buys them out. He even buys the land of their original restaurant, and builds his own San Bernardino Corporation McDonald's, which sadly puts the McDonald's brothers' new restaurant, the Big M, out of business. And they had hammered out some kind of royalties deal before this point, and according to the the Where Are They Now or What Happened to Them segment during the end credits, as you usually see with these true story movies, they never really did get their royalties. So yeah, Ray Kroc he kind of screwed the brothers over, and this was their baby to begin with. So kind of makes you think now about what happened to achieve all that success. As Ray Kroc once put it, it's not a dog-eat-dog world, it's more like rat-eat-rat. And yeah, towards the end of the movie, you do see kind of that more sneaky, ratty salesman kind of side to him coming out. Now, good news is, of course, McDonald's does, in later years, they've gone back to real milk milkshakes and better quality food, and not just cutting back on quality just to save a buck. So, and of course, this is a kind of movie that's kind of fun to see in hindsight, to kind of see how this big giant corporation that's synonymous with success, how they kind of got started and what had to be done to garner that success. So it's interesting. It's definitely an interesting watch, and if you work at McDonald's or if you eat at McDonald's regularly, I would definitely say this is definitely something you should see. it's very interesting to see basically McDonald's roots. And it's a little bit more interesting to me because when I was in college for school, I did a kind of a project on a little bit of a history project on McDonald's, and I read a lot about, the Mac and Dick McDonald's and how they got started in the restaurant business. And you do see a little bit of their personal story in the beginning of this movie, because of course you need that, because it's impossible to make a movie about the history of the McDonald's franchise without talking about the story of the McDonald brothers and finding out where they came from. So this is definitely an interesting movie. Now, it's a drama, and you definitely see the drama of building a restaurant empire and all the things Ray Kroc did to make that happen. But still interesting nonetheless. I definitely think it's worth at least one watch. Anyways, I'm Ninja Greg. You've been watching The Ninja Greg Show. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and click that bell for notifications so you know whenever I put something new up. I'll see you next time.